For this video, we're going to discuss how to set up your very first website using WordPress. So this is part of the process where you can actually set up a very basic website that actually has a lot of powerful features with it. And so we're going to actually set up a WordPress website. One thing just real quick, some of the larger websites online, for the longest time, even CNN.com, they were actually using WordPress. There's a lot of very big websites that are actually using WordPress out there. So, it's definitely something to, to make sure that it's definitely going to be a huge tool for you guys to use. So, there's companies like CNN.com use them. Very large corporations use them. It's probably, quite frankly, one of the largest content management tools out there. So it's more than just a blogging software. And so today we're going to talk about how to actually set up a website on WordPress. So the first part of the process when you're setting up your website is you're going to go to your web browser. And at this point you're going to need website hosting, and you're also going to need a domain name in order to have a WordPress website. The reason we're going with WordPress is because, again, it's a very powerful tool that's very simple to manage your website, update content, and basically you can run an entire business that's very professional looking, and a lot of the biggest websites on the internet are actually powered by WordPress. So the first thing you need to do if you are using HostGator hosting is to go to yourdomain.com/cpanel, and we're going to go over the easiest, simplest way to go and set up WordPress on your website. So we're going to go again to yourdomain.com/cpanel, and this is what it's going to look like here when you get to the login screen. So after you log in, it's going to go ahead and look just like what we've got on our screen here. This is the control panel for your website hosting. So back here, you've got everything that you need to get access to, but we're focusing right in on WordPress. So the first part of the process is you need to go to your cPanel, so log into your control panel, and scroll down until you see Fantastico. It's going to be found under software and services. So a quick way to identify that: files, logs, security, and you're looking for software services. So we're going to click here and go to Fantastico Deluxe. And again, at this point, you're going to need a web hosting account, which you already have if you're in the control panel. You need to have a domain name, and then again, the domain needs to be pointed for you. So once all that part is done, again, click on Fantastico, and we're going to go back here to where it says blogs. And what you're going to do is go back on the left hand side. You see all the different services that are offered within Fantastico. One of these is WordPress, and so you need to go on the left hand side after you click on Fantastico and click on WordPress. So the first thing you're going to do, especially if this is your first website hosting account, you won't see anything in here, and you're going to want to click on New Installation. So click on New Installation. And what you want to do is browse for the website that you are going to install. So we're going to put a website on this site called Uniforms and Jerseys. So as far as install in directory, most of the time you're just going to leave that blank, because you're going to make the main domain, which we're using here as an example, a website that we're going to turn into an affiliate site that promotes things like football jerseys and things like that. So we're going to put in uniformsjerseys.com. We're going to choose install in directory. Admin access data, we're just going to choose admin. That's probably the best. That's going to be the username that is going to get you into the administration section. So you could go with admin, you could go with your first and middle initial and your last name. You can kind of choose what you want to do there. That's completely up to you. You also want to put in your password. So we're just going to do a sample password here. As far as admin nickname, this is what's going to show up when you make post. So I typically just leave it as admin, or you can go with, like I said, your initials, your name, your first name, completely up to you. So we'll just go with John. Now, as far as your admin email goes, this will be your email at yourdomain.com, or it could be at gmail.com. That's obviously going to be your email. As far as the site name goes, its part's pretty simple. You don't have to do a ton of SEO here at this point. We're going to get to that in a moment. That's one of the other parts of WordPress, but the site name, this is what's going to show up when your website's actually set up. So right in here, we're going to go ahead and just put in, let's just say licensed uniforms and jerseys. So find your favorite players' uniforms or licensed jerseys. And the reason we kind of have both keywords here is because people will search for it using both those phrases. Then we're just going to choose install WordPress. And what you're going to see right here, it's going to say install WordPress, the MySQL database. It's going to actually set it up. So we're just going to click on finish installation. All right. So here's after this is all done, this is the page that you're going to see that's going to say your WordPress website is all set up. And so the very next step that we need to do, so that means we've installed WordPress, we've installed the engine that we need to build our website. So as you can see, it's a very simple few-minute process. We're just going to take this link right here under the please notice, and this is going to be your login link, and it should take you to an administration section, which it does. And you can actually go to the main home page as well, and you should see something that looks like this. This means WordPress was installed, and we're going to go into how to customize this to kind of fit your needs. But at this point, this is how you set up your WordPress website using Fantastico and Cpanel.